Did you watch SmackDown Friday night?
Yes.
All right. So the show starts with our hot Io Sky and Dakota Kai against Tegan Knox and Liv Morgan.
Right.
I found out one of the cocktail waitresses that I work with up in Skybox.
Right.
She's like best friends with Liv Morgan.
Oh, really?
I had no idea about this until like a few days ago. And like she's coming in town, and she said she's gonna bring her to the club and something. So it's a small world, and they know MJF. She knows MJF too.
What?
Because she's
who
like
is
from
she?
that
Is she a dancer?
Her name's Ashley. No, she's a cocktail waitress.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Io Sky and Dakota Kai against Tegan Knox. I fast forwarded it. It went on forever. Damage Control won in 15 minutes. Do you get any comment on this?
Yeah,
Your mic is rubbing up against your beard.
Okay. Usually I don't like women's matches. This was way better than I expected. Way too long. The baby faces started hot, but Knox prevented Morgan from using the kendo stick, which I don't understand why if they're partner. Then somebody.
I got a question. I got a question
Yeah.
for you. And it's like, why do they do this? It's it's very very basic between men and women's wrestling. Okay, the men can do more athletic things because they're more athletic than the women are. The women just have like it's the exact same thing. Like the reason there's no what do you call it? No dunk contest in the WNBA. Okay, because the girls can't do it, right?
Right.
Well, so what happens is when they make these matches this long, it's just so some of these girls like they're very good at the basics. Some of them like the simplistic stuff and everything, but then they start getting over their skis and they start trying these goofy looking ridiculous spots. And it happens too much in these long matches because they've run out of things to do and they're trying to be creative and it's like the match kind of like loses me a little bit. Did you?
Yeah,
you
most
find
matches are like that. This one was a little bit better. This one, like I said, was better than I expected. But the majority of the matches are just how you said it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So they go 15 minutes, but this could have been like a really good 10. You know,
Right.
but you go 5 more minutes,
8,
and it's just opportunities for them to do stuff that they got to be perfect. If you're going 15 minutes, and they're not perfect,
Yeah. Then they had, as usual, they have to either have a distraction or something. They had a mystery woman in a hood, and it was that Jia Lu or whatever her name is.
Yeah, Jai Lee.
Lee.
Sky is her name now. So.
Okay.
Jai Lee came out. Wait.
Yeah.
Did Jai Lee come out?
Yeah, she was the one in the hood.
Okay.
So Liv actually did a really nice sunset flip power bomb off the apron onto the floor, even she kind of looked clumsy. So yeah, that was it. Too long for me, better than I expected. I don't like the characters of Damage Control at all. And this has heat with me. I like how all Japanese women, regardless of promotion, have flabby legs. Like none of them, they have
definition in their legs.
Right, they do zero work on toning.
Right. Well, maybe this dude because they're just so used to doing those Japanese squats, and that's like all they do, and that's not really I don't know.
Well, I don't know why they're not toned then because they're all flabby.
2 very good packages aired with a commercial break in between with Gunther, and a good package with him, and one for Ricochet after that. Made this match look like a big deal.
Right. Right.
And they also
they do a good job of, bro. They always do a good job of that.
Right. Then they had they showed a package, but the Uncle Howdy and LA Knight stuff. So Sami Zayn is backstage with the Usos. Asking him how he looked. He had his hair slicked back. They both said he looked good and he was anxious about Roman Reigns making an appearance. He said he wanted to get some water, and Jay speculated while he was gone that Roman was going to make him a full-blown oos. Jimmy had his doubts because of Kevin Owens showing up on Monday and thought that they were setting Sami up for the point.
This is a good story progression.
Right. LA Knight was in the ring. He told the crowd to shut up because he had business to take care of. He said he had been blindsided and kidnapped the last few weeks, and he's still knocking Bray Wyatt's front door. He gave Bray credit for being a former WWE champion and having a highly anticipated return, but said he's done nothing but dress like a circus freak and talk a lot without getting to the point. That was a really good line. That's a really good line. He talks a lot without getting to the point.
Right, which is what you say.
It's what he does, So right. I wonder if he listened to the show and listened to him say that. Maybe he say that he used that line. He told Wyatt that he should put on whatever mask or costume he needs to and get down to the ring and get stomped out. Bray's music hit and smoke poured in the arena. He walked on the stage and told Chicago he missed them. Told LA Knight he was sick of him. Wyatt said he was sick of the game they were playing. He knows he doesn't believe him. He said he's barking up the wrong tree because he hasn't touched him. Bray said deep down they know both how this story ends and stepped up on the apron. Wyatt said since they both know how it ends, he would give him one more chance to say his message and make it worth his while. As Bray stepped in the ring, Wyatt stomped him out as promised. Then an Uncle Howdy video appeared on the screen and asked if we wanted to see something really scary. Then Wyatt laughed and Knight continued to attack him. Then I guess, Uncle Howdy comes out wearing a hat and a latex mask and then walked out onto the stage and laughed but it wasn't his laugh. It was like laugh over the mic. And then Knight backed out of the ring. The visual picture here is LA Knight beat Bray Wyatt down in the corner and Bray Wyatt didn't even move, right? So that was,
Right.
And then this Uncle Howdy comes out. It's like it's kind of smoky and it's just like a fake laugh going through the arena and over the mic. And then LA, I thought this was weak. I did not like this at all.
Okay, I think the reason they did that is because they're trying to show that Howdy Doody and Bray Wyatt aren't the same person.
Okay.
I think. I thought LA Knight was the better talker again.
Right.
He seriously. That's how you stomp somebody, bro. He seriously gave this guy Steve Austin stump a motor hole in his beatdown. That looked really good, you know. I thought Knight was better in this, just like he was last week, and the majority of the things they've done together.
And it's like Uncle Howdy comes out. It's like, was there supposed to be a pop? I don't even know what because this was just kind of like it looked corny. It looked childish the way it was presented. I was not a fan of this. All right, so next is so next is the Ricochet Gunther match. I'm not gonna tell you that, bro. This was really good. Great big man, little man stuff. Ricochet sells his. I think I know why they put these guys together again. It's because this is really good TV. Like you got a guy that's very physical with his offense against a guy that takes it really, really good. You know. So this was good television, but basically Ricochet pulled the tape off his wrist and landed some slapping kicks. Went for a double leg drop kick, but Gunther chopped him out of the air and landed a power bomb for a kick out of 2.9. Then Ricochet fired back with some chops, but Gunther picked him up and landed the Last Symphony. That's the okay. It's called the Last Symphony, which is fine. Okay, you know what Jason Powell writes in paragraphs that we were talking about this the other day too. The Emerald Floison for Misawa fans. So that was the
Emerald Flosion thing.
Flosion, the Emerald Flosion.
Yeah.
All right, whatever that is.
Yeah, I know what the move.
Yeah. After the match, they put the Imperium put the boots to Ricochet after they beat him up, and then Braun Strowman came out and ran him off, and they raised his. What did you think of this?
This was a long match that didn't feel it. It was a great match. You know, Gunther just chopped out of Ricochet like usual, and it's a great worker. Ricochet's turned into a great worker. This was very well done, and that power bomb, that 2.9 power bomb you talked about, the place actually thought that he had won there. Real big pop, real good match. They have really good chemistry.
Yeah. So backstage, Jimmy Uso walked to the Bloodline locker room and asked Roman what he had planned. To Roman, he thought it'd be great if he made Sammy an official Uso. He likes Sammy, and that's his dog, but he loves his family and Roman. And Jimmy said he'd understand if Roman didn't want to make him because of his past with Kevin Owens. He then told Roman he'd see him out there. And after Jimmy left, Roman told Paul Heyman to call Adam Pearce. So we go to commercial, and then we come back, and Adam Pearce walked up to Roman Solo and Heyman backstage, and Roman told Pearce to sit down. I like it how Pearce is kind of always scared of Roman.
Right.
You know, and offered him a match for Monday. He offered a match between Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn against Kevin Owens and a partner of his choosing. Pearce asked if they wanted to do it tonight, and Roman laughed. Heyman said the match would take place December 30th at SmackDown in Tampa.
Pearce always does a good job with what he's given.
Right. I'm surprised they never let him wrestle.
Yeah, I know, because he's a good wrestler.
Because he is a very good wrestler, you know? It's kind of weird they never had a spot for him to, you know, because I think the people would pop.
Maybe they will one day.
Yeah. All right, so then was the 6-man tag, or with the 3 teams, with the Hit Row against the Viking Raiders and the Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro. But basically, Hit Row looked atrocious in this. The what's the guy's name? Top Dollar. Is that Top Dollar?
Store? I call him Dollar Store North.
Oh my God, the guy's green. He tried to do a big dive over the top rope, but he couldn't get up, and he hit the rope and flipped over and landed his ass in the apron, and the guys on the floor took the bumps anyway, and then he got up and acted like he did something and celebrated. It's pretty. I mean, he shouldn't have, just simply on that spot alone, they should have like called it audible at the ring and not had him win the match, because then they end up winning the match, and now they're the number 1 contenders, and it's like they can't be less impressive, you know?
Right.
So what'd you think of this?
I just thought the Vikings look like stars for so long. They look like jabronis. Mm-hmm. The girl fits very well with them. Legato looked like stars. The Dollar Store, poor guy. Him
Right.
and what's the name of the group? Hit Row. They don't resonate with me or the fans. The big guy always has whack gear on, and then like you said, he botched that tope, and him and BFAB try to play it up like it didn't happen.
Right.
Legato looked great here. I mean, they really, really looked good here in their in-ring stuff. Good stuff with the women at the end. They each gave each other one move, and nobody did up. Vegas started off with Huracarrana that looked good. Um, that's about it, bro. They were very unimpressive. The people for being baby faces, people aren't in.
So next, it's the end of the show, and Roman comes out. He said basically he was cutting a promo on KO, saying KO is keeping him down, is keeping Sammy down, and basically Sammy said KO is my only friend, and so they just explained like he was my only friend. Just kidding, but basically they said we're gonna fix this, and in December 30th in Tampa, it's going to be me and you, and against Kevin Owens and a partner of his choice, and then lo and behold. John Cena showed up on the screen, cut a promo saying that he got a text from Kevin Owens saying that he's wrestled for 20 straight years, and this is the only year he hadn't had a match. And the clock is counting down, so he said he'd accept the chance to be Kevin Owens' partner on December 30th, and that's how the base of the show ended.
That's a great way to end the show. I'm looking back, and really there were no bad segments. I mean, the women's match was better than I expected. The LA Knight thing was watchable. Rico and Gunther was great. The Vikingo match was good, except for this guy with the tope. And then they ended with the Reigns thing. This was a good show.
Well, I'll tell you this: they had I don't think the Howdy segment was a good segment, but
It's watchable.
I thought LA Knight was good in the segment.
Right.
That's how I would describe that. So,
Right.
All right, so that's been our SmackDown review.
Enjoy the rest of the show.
Boom.
Boom.